Hello everybody, this is Jeffrey GT7 and welcome to the episode. Before I get to the beginning of the episode, I'd like to thank all of you guys that are new to the channel or have been supporting me for a long time now. It's been really good as of late to really show you guys these new builds for Tokyo Expressway. So unfortunately for this week it's going to be a bit harder to upload because up to Thursday, I'll be working 12-hour shifts at my personal job site, but I'm going to still try my best to try to push some content out there, like really try really hard. But again, thank you guys for the support for the channel and for the last couple episodes I've been sharing. It really has meant a lot to me. So hopefully the builds I did share this past week has helped a lot, and hopefully the builds I'll share in the future will help out as well in the channel and also in the game itself. But as you guys can see, we are in fact going to be using the Nissan GTR. Now this is the Nismo version at Tokyo Expressway, and this particular build is going to be using the setup of what it will feel like behind a wheel. So this is going to be pretty much build that you can use for both controller and steering wheel, even though I did use my Logitech G29 wheel. But I'll go ahead and show you guys how to get the car, the parts you'll need, and of course to run. So first step of course is how to get the car. Here it is right here at Brand Central. It's going to cost you about 187,000 credits, and unfortunately for this car we'll have to do some nerfing in order for it to be eligible for Tokyo Expressway 600. So after we grab the car, the next step we're going to do is of course going to go to the tune shop. The parts you'll need for this particular build is, starting off first, it's going to be sport hard tires in the sports category. After that, for your next parts, it's going to be falling under the semi-racing category. It's going to be the fully customized LSD, the fully customized manual transmission, the increased power rigidity, and for our last category, it's going to be racing, and surprisingly, it's going to be using the racing brake system and brake pads. And that's going to be it for the build itself. As you can see, we didn't get anything for the extreme category, but it's kind of strange that for this build it's only going to be very few parts for the car. Alright, for the next step is going to be of course the livery. Now as you guys can see, I've actually am using a wide body adjustment for this car, so unfortunately I didn't show that, but you can see the livery is in fact a wide car, so make sure you go ahead and install that wide car body to the car. That way you'll be able to be ready to go. So after you get your livery, if you don't want it, that's totally fine. Here are the parts that I am going to be used from the livery. So here are the wheels itself. After you get those into the car, here's the next following parts you'll need. Starting off with the front bumper, it's going to be type B. After you get that installed, the next one is going to be the side, type B as well. For the next part is going to be toward the rear bumper, and you're going to keep it standard as is. And then for the next part is going to be your custom wing set. And for the last part, as you can see, we do have a roll cage. It's going to be type C, and that's going to be it for car customization. For the build itself, as you can see, we are very limited for our parts. Sport hard tires, fully customized LSD, downforce. Those are numbers right there if you want to follow them. We didn't really have to nerf anything on the horsepower department, thankfully. There's a transmission down there as well. And as you guys can see, the next page, pretty much nothing back here other than the brakes and the increased power rigidity, and that's going to be it for your tunes. So the tune's pretty easy. Just mainly gotta play with your downforce a little bit and you should be good to go. Now for this GTR is actually pretty interesting. As you can see, not really the greatest when it comes to acceleration. We really won't make a move until after we get out of the tunnel, which is quite interesting. But for saying that, this car actually does have a really good feel in the handling department. I mean, the car felt pretty smooth. I really didn't have to really fight the car at all, really, with this car. It was basically very grippy, very smooth. Was able to get back in the power pretty early too, so I really didn't have to pretty much worry about any understeer with this car. It just felt really smooth and very flexible in some of these corners. And you know, even though pretty much the first lap it did take a couple corners just to get used to it, we were able to get toward the front pretty quickly as we're going to send it over this other GTR, and the car just sticks to that corner very nicely, and we are still making our way toward the front. So despite not really having the real traditional super quick straight line speed, the handling very much welcomed into this car, into this race. I mean, it just felt really good change just to have a car to really turn very well and not having to really put much of a fight just for it to actually turn. We do catch up with the regular train like we have been in the last couple episodes, and for this last turn right here, we're actually going to bunch up all together, and it all depends on who can get back on the power first and who can get a good run. We're going to make a lot of ground on the GTR. We're going to put it right beside the Impreza. We get back on the power. We're going to be side by side with the Impreza. We do get a little bit better launch. We're going to be side by side, and we actually do manage to get right in front of the Impreza, allowing us to also get a little bit of that tow from the OG Supra, which you can see right there. It does take us a little bit to really get kicked in, but you can see we're going to go ahead and grab third place just before we cross the finish line, and not too shabby of a first lap, 220.6. For the next lap, we are going to also go ahead and make a move for P2 from the RX-7, and even though the acceleration is pretty badly, the speed, however, is quite the opposite. The speed actually is pretty good on the car. We'll easily grab P2 before we approach the first turn. As we finish up lap 2, we're going to do the exact same thing we did with the Supra, make a slingshot pass and take the lead. Fast forward a couple laps later, after doing some really good times on the track, we're going to go ahead and get ourselves our pit stop. Now for this pit stop here, I'm going to actually change tires and add fuel to the car. And surprisingly, after changing the tires and fuel, even though we lost the lead to the RX-7, we actually weren't that far off, and we actually did retake the lead before the RX-7 actually did manage to completely make a lap around the track and make its pit stop. So pretty cool overall. But yeah, I would recommend just change tires, especially the second stint of the race. You really do wear your tires a bit more in the second stint than the first stint. Fast forward to lap 10, it's going to be our official hot lap for the race. As you can see our time trials on the right side of the map. Looking pretty good, but this lap right here is going to be our fastest, so I really recommend just watching it, and I'll see you guys when we get to the end of the race. Alright, so as we get done with this race, it's going to be pretty much a decent total time overall. I do know there's some cars out there that can easily beat this time, but despite that, 26:21, which I thought was pretty solid considering for this car. I think the other Nismo or GTR could probably go a bit faster, just knowing how faster it can go. But 26:21 was our total time. We got ourselves that sweet clearance bonus, and that's going to be it for our run. So here's the next preview of the next episode. We're going to be using the GTR R33 V-Spec. I do know it's back on the dealership, and what I'm going to do with it is actually convert to the R92 CP engine swap. So I did cover a build with it a couple episodes ago, so I thought it would be a good time to do an update episode with this car, so I'm looking forward to it. If you guys enjoyed today's episode, why not go ahead and leave a like. If there's a particular build you'd like for me to try out, you're more welcome to put in the comments below. If you guys want to check out my Discord, you're more welcome to check it out. I'll send you a link at the bottom of the description below as well. And if you want to check out the last episode I covered, there it is right there too. And with that all being said, hopefully you guys have a great rest of the day or night wherever it might be. And I'll see you guys later, and take care.